Hey. What's up? It's Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. Tanner, Drew, and Laura, we are live.
Ow.
Oh, yeah.
We got a lot happening today. If you wanted to go see Breaking Benjamin and Stained a week from today, you got a chance at tickets here at 7:30 this morning with our new game called Celebrity Cash.
Nice.
Booyah.
It's a very simple game. We're going to, give off two celebrities. You just have to tell us who's got a higher net worth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot harder than you think. You'd think that like Al Pacino would have more money than Robert De Niro.
But alas,
Yeah, it's the other way
not the
around.
case. Yeah.
Quite a bit more. And
Yeah.
I think that we put people in a lane like, oh, yeah, that actor is like this actor. And when you think about their catalog, they don't add up financially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at 7:30 this morning, we will do that. We also announced Bacon and Beer, the Troutdale Chainsaw Massacre yesterday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And our next Bacon and Beer is going down October 25th at McMiniman's Edgefield.
It's going to be awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I'm not sure, like, the place is so big. Do you know exactly which room we're going to be in?
Yeah, I think we're up behind, so there's the main, I guess you'd call it a mansion, but the main building there. And then to the side, there's a restaurant and like a venue. Or
Okay.
I guess I wouldn't call it like a wedding venue type of a thing.
Like an event space.
An
event
event
hall.
space is a
Yeah.
much better way to say it. And I think something we can fill out quite nicely.
Nice. Well, we're looking forward to it. We're doing a costume contest, so we're encouraging people to just get creative, just get wild. Drew and I hosted a costume contest. As a matter of fact, the night we met, we hosted a costume contest.
Wow.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't forget long term because that's a core memory. But
These people, it was at the Hilton in downtown Eugene, and I remember these people who showed up, they just went to town. You remember, like, in the Star Wars reboots, there was, in one of them, there was a planet where, like, Obi-Wan went there to, like, look at an army, and they were really tall and skinny.
mm-hmm.
They were just tall, skinny-looking aliens.
Yeah.
Huh.
And anyway, these two people dressed up, they put themselves on stilts, and you could tell they
That's cool.
probably spent hours putting those costumes
Yeah.
together, but it
Yeah.
looked
Yeah.
incredible.
When people take it to the next level, kind of like the guy who came up in the Land of the Lost costume at Trash Bandits.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother level of costume. That's the kind of stuff I hope to see
Yeah. And
at the party.
I hope to see some super creative costumes as well. I think my favorite costume ever, I went to a costume party, I think 2 years ago, and this guy was dressed as the gum wall in Seattle. And he had gum, and he asked people to chew it and then stick it on his.
Oh, my God.
That is
I was
commitment.
like, that's disgusting, but also points for creativity.
And then
Right.
Tanner, we always remember the Ricky Bobby.
I was literally just about to reference that costume. It's the best one I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Well, describe it. It's pretty simple, but yet brilliant.
So we were at a bar in Eugene called the O Bar. It's by Autzen Stadium. And it was cold this night. It was like, I remember it was super foggy and like
Creepy.
Your hands would hurt cold.
Okay.
Yeah, it was real October, not some of these lucky ones we've
Yeah.
had.
All this guy showed up in was tennis shoes, skibby whites, those little tidy
Tidy
whities,
whities.
and a racing helmet.
Oh, that is
Full on Ricky
commitment.
Bobby.
All night long, he was in the bar like that. I think I
Oh,
remember him
man.
having two pairs of underwear on, like to double up a little bit.
Well, I mean, you got to be able to maneuver about the
everything in
building.
there.
Yeah.
Because if your junk keeps falling out, it's a different kind of party.
But we're doing a costume contest at Bacon and Beer October 25th. And if you need a costume, like a really good costume, movie quality costume, we're getting it from you can get it from the same place we're getting ours this year, which is Costume Avenue.
Oh, yeah, this place is awesome.
They have over 15,000 costume rentals for holidays, parties, birthdays, film, and stage production, conventions, weddings, everything
you
in between.
name it.
Yeah, when you go down there, it's fun. It kind of reminds you of when you're a kid, getting to try on all these different costumes and they'll get your inseam. They figure out.
Yeah, they'll fit you if you
Yeah,
need
they'll
just
take
right.
care of it, and they're a family-owned company, which is
Yeah.
really cool. So
Costume Avenue, 503-848-3861 is the number. Let's do this.
Let's get it on. And now, the big story.
It's now time for our segment where we go around the room sharing what we think the biggest stories of the day are. Who wants to go first?
I could go.
All right.
One of the doctors associated with the Matthew Perry death
yeah,
is set to enter his plea in court, guys, and he's going with a guilty plea.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think he's just because he's going to get a lighter sentence if he pleads guilty?
Yeah, I think so. He's expected to plead guilty to conspiring to distribute ketamine. Sorry, there's a lot of kibbity-bibbity there. But he could face up to 10 years in prison for this deal. Now, the 54-year-old is one of 3 defendants who are going to cut plea deals. So I guess one heard about the other, and you don't want to be the last one left behind.
Is this the personal assistant?
Do
you know?
This is the doctor. So the personal
Okay, got
assistant
it.
is not a medical professional.
Okay.
They're just his assistant. But the more I look at this, it looks like the other 2 are maybe leaning to going to court. But I don't know if this is the doctor who said, like, how much money can we get out of this idiot?
Yeah.
Whichever one said that,
Yeah, right.
you need to plead guilty.
Regardless, you killed Chandler Bing. You're done.
Yeah. And now,
Good luck.
granted, Chandler was trying to kill Chandler for a long time, but as a medical professional, it is
they're
your
gonna-
job.
They're going to throw, and they should throw the book at him.
Yeah, 10 years, though, is what he's looking at. He's already a rich guy, so he's probably just walking away.
Yeah.
I think the big story, another not so uplifting story. As expected, this Diddy thing is getting a whole lot messier. Another 120 people are now suing Diddy for sexual assault, sex trafficking, and a myriad of other crimes. It's bad. A lawyer representing them says the claims by both men and women date back to 1991. Many of them say they were drugged and assaulted after being promised like a foot in the door for, TV's movie, you name it. He also said, and this is interesting, that companies who profited from all of this and turned a blind eye will be named. Banks, pharmaceutical companies, hotels, even record labels.
Wow.
Could all be named publicly.
Do it.
The lawyer says 25 of the victims were underage. The youngest accuser was 9 years
That's what I heard.
old.
God.
9. Disgusting.
This lawyer is no schlub. It's not an ambulance chaser.
No.
This guy's a Marine and an ex-judge. And I guess he's a killer in the courtroom.
Yeah, I've got a feeling Diddy's going to be going away
Yeah.
for a long
For
Diddy's
100 and Diddy years.
Yeah.
I think the big story and all that stuff's important and all, but this Italian woman, guys, has set the Guinness World Record for the thickest tongue.
How
Ladies
thick?
and gentlemen,
What?
5.21 inches is the
like-
world's thickest tongue.
Like this
Lifelong
way?
fan of the
Or
Guinness
like-
World Records book. Ambra.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, the previous record was 5.21 inches.
Hers is more?
5.44.
She's just got a Coke can in there? What's going on?
Dreamed of becoming a record holder. It wasn't until she saw former male record holder Dante Barnes and his incredible.
Okay, tip top to
Dante-
you, Bob.
Dante Barnes.
It wasn't
to the
until she
former record.
realised her honker of a tongue
Just her tongue.
was blocking her airway.
Tip top. Tip top.
Yeah, how do you even...
Tong tong
How do you deal with that in your mouth
I don't
all
know.
the time? Like that's...
I mean, think about when your tongue, you bite your side of your tongue, and so it's like in the wrong spot. That tongue is everywhere.
That's a big ass tongue. That's like a tremor. Remember that movie?
Oh, yeah. I bet that thing could work its way through dirt.
It's a snakeoid. All right, more of those stories online at 1059thebrew.com.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break, or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
All right, the Cash Squatch is here with your chance at a grand, $1,000 every single hour. You could win $1,000 just like Willa did here.
No way! Oh my goodness! Oh!
It's pretty great. This hour's keyword is dollar. Go to 1059thebrew.com right now. Enter the keyword dollar to score $1,000. Drew's got sports next. What do you have?
One of the best wide receivers in football is on the trading block. Could your team be the one to land him?
That's after Harvey Danger.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
And now, Bruce Sports. Here's Drew.
Well, a lot of baseball action going down last night as a couple of teams able to jump out to early series leads, as this is just the beginning of what is the best part of baseball. They play so many games that I got to be honest, it's hard to get your head around it until you get it whittled down to the playoffs where you can really dig in. Now, Detroit, Kansas City, and the New York Mets all got victories, but the San Diego Padres were taking on the Atlanta Braves and an electric crowd. It looks so nice, too. Just that San Diego October sun. It's got a special feel to it. Well, Fernando Tatis came up to the plate early in the game with it tied and changed everything.
Here's Fernando Tatis. He swings, sends one high and deep to left. He's watching, so are 44,000 others. Oh, what a start for the Padres as Tatis leaves the building, and this place is on its feet.
Now they goose egg Atlanta and win 4-0. And finally, this is some juicy information as the Raiders of Las Vegas, even though they won last week and they did so without Devontae Adams, their best player. He is the wide receiver that everyone was wondering, will they get rid of him because maybe they're not going to make a run at a Super Bowl? Well, Devontae Adams is now on the trading block as the team is willing to hear offers. So you look at any of the big-time teams who are just struggling to get that down-the-field threat, you got to look at the Kansas City Chiefs. Will they throw the house at him to try and give Mahomes somebody who can take off running deep? Now, I know that a lot of people don't like the sound of that because the Chiefs and some more Chiefs, but maybe the Ravens as well, or even the Eagles to get a third option, but that would be pretty greedy. We'll keep you posted where he lands. There's your sport.
Thank you very much. All right, you have until 7 o'clock this morning to get this hour's keyword in to score $1,000 from the Cash Squatch. This hour's keyword is dollar. So log on, 1059thebrew.com. As soon as you get there, a box is going to pop up. Type in the keyword dollar, and then just keep an eye on your cell phone because we could call you back within a few minutes with the cash. And you got to make sure you pick it up if it's like a private number or
it's like unknown, no caller ID. Just grab it.
Yeah, because it could be us with cash. I mean, and if it's a scammer or like a,
just
credit or something, just click.
Bye.
Bye.
Tell them to kick rocks.
That's dollar to 1059thebrew.com. All right, coming up next, a man actually stole a vehicle to go to a court hearing for stealing a vehicle.
What?
Oh, man. Resourceful.
Dumbass of the day is coming up after 9 Inch Nails on the Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Yeah. Yesterday we were talking about when is it, appropriate to put up Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
Yesterday was October 1st, so we were like, is it too early? Because, some people think it's too early. Some people are like, no, as soon as the stores put it up, I put it up.
Yeah, I mean, especially when we creep into October,
Yeah.
it's time.
Well, yesterday I was like, October 15th felt good to me.
Yeah.
I went home yesterday and bought a bunch of Halloween decorations off Amazon.
Nice.
Because Amazon Prime Day isn't for I think it's 18th and 19th or
It's the
something.
8th and 9th.
8th and
Yeah,
9th,
so
okay.
next week. Yeah.
So, but they're already having some early deals, and a lot of it was Halloween decorations. And so I bought probably like $80 worth of decorations
Damn, son.
for the house and
What
some
kind of
lights.
what kind of decoration?
Mostly like lights for the yard and stuff,
Okay,
just
you-
outside
Do you ever
stuff.
do like the spider web stuff for your
I
bushes?
I didn't want to do that because it looks like garbage just blew into your yard.
Come on now. No, it does not.
But
It's
I just did
Halloween.
lights and
It's
things.
I never do
spooky.
the web either, but yesterday I pulled out the big dog. Check this out. There's the
There he is,
12-footer.
the 12-foot skeleton in your yard.
Which I was
Your
actually
neighbors are like, here we go for another 6 months.
I was
Yeah.
relieved that it was easier to put together because the first time when we came home with the baby, it was already up in my yard.
Yeah.
So I'd taken it down, but I'd never put it up.
Yeah.
It's easier than I thought. It just is so tall.
Yeah.
As soon as you put its hips on, it's over my head.
I was gonna
You know,
say
it's
it's a
like-
femur, like taller than you.
Well, the waist is at the top of my hands, like when you have them up over your head. So you have to lay down that bad boy.
Looks good.
But I will tell you, I did something like you did. I may or may not have bought a 10-foot tall Santa suit
Hold
for
on
the
a
thing.
Oh my
second. Hold on.
So you plan on keeping it up for
You-
Christmas?
I mean,
So the neighbor comes
Yeah.
out and he goes, the neighbor's kid who's now like 15 or something. He goes,
yeah.
oh, okay, how long are we going to have that up this year? And I told him, I go, well, bro, I bought a Santa suit for it. And he goes, oh, wow, and walked inside.
Yeah.
You know
He's
what
gonna go
though?
tell his dad.
You know what though? If people can put inflatable snow globes up in their yard for Christmas, I say you can put your skeleton in a Santa suit. I think that's appropriate. And also, you spent a lot of time and effort putting that thing up.
Yeah.
It would suck to have to
You
tear
stored
it
it
down.
in 3 different sheds. You got to make some space.
Right.
Yeah, and there's there's light up lights on it now.
Nice.
'cause you just plug in his butt.
You should get like a fog machine to go behind him.
Yeah.
that'd be pretty
Drew's going to put a
nice.
sound box there. and
Yeah.
He's gonna,
But the Santa suit, when we get there, it's got a beard, it's got a hat, it's got it's like the long father Christmas outfit.
I love it.
yeah, so decorations are going up is
They're
the point.
going.
I said yesterday, I'll wait till the 15th, but no.
You're going early,
I'll probably do it as soon as I get them.
Couldn't wait.
Yeah.
and they should be here. Since did you get them on the Zon?
Yeah, so it'll be like
They probably threw them in
Tomorrow.
your backyard last night while you were
Yeah.
sleeping.
Anyway, we'll have some pictures online of our decorations. Just follow us on the gram or TikTok at 1059 The Brew.
And now, Tanner, Drew, and Laura's dumbass of the day.
This guy's an idiot. This guy, an Oklahoma man, steals a truck to make it to his court hearing for stealing a vehicle.
Oh, come on, bro.
Well, he doesn't have a car. How's he
No.
supposed to get there? You know?
According to Oklahoma Highway Patrol, 28-year-old Cody Adams was at a gas station in Stillwater, I guess, asking people for a ride. He was
Yeah.
like, hey, man, can you give me a ride to the courthouse? And if you're there just picking up like a Slim Jim and a
Everyone's like,
soda.
no,
You're
bro.
To the courthouse.
What are you doing, man? No one
Weird.
taking you to
I'm
the
not trying to
courthouse.
die today. What,
Yeah, busy.
He couldn't secure a ride. Surprise, surprise. So apparently Adams took an unoccupied LifeNet emergency services pickup
Oh, no.
that had been left running. So
Oh, yeah, those are left for anyone missing court.
yeah, my guess is somebody went inside to grab something.
Real
Yeah.
quick, and you wouldn't think anyone would dare steal it.
And he's panicking, trying to get to this court hearing, and he just hopped in. He apparently drove himself to the courthouse, but was arrested after being spotted by a trooper who said Adams ditched the stolen vehicle as soon as he got to the courthouse.
Well, yeah,
my
I mean, he was
God.
just going to borrow it real quick.
And he took it
fine.
right to where he was going.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is he did make it to his court hearing where he
Right.
was facing charges of unauthorized use of a vehicle and bringing contraband into jail.
Oh, man.
He was later taken back into custody where he was charged with vehicle larceny and given a
man.
$10,000 bond.
Dude, so
know, he
now
was
he's
just-
going to jail for way longer.
I think this is BS. He was just trying to be responsible and make it to court on time. You know what I mean?
Dumbass.
He is truly stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, you just miss the court date and you take the
Yeah.
contempt or whatever.
Yeah, he's not thinking. And then
or take an Uber.
the video.
Yeah. Well, yeah, anything that gets you there eventually.
The video of his arrest, he doesn't look like
He's not serving up.
got
a-
it
I
together.
don't think he's in his right mind, if you know what I'm saying.
Not the
Okay.
sharpest tool.
I don't
in the
know.
shed.
I don't know. I think there's some substance.
Underlying issues.
Substance
going
issues.
on.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. When you're making decisions like, I'm going to grab that little emergency vehicle real quick, you're partying.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I just want
We're
to say,
actually-
though, can I just say, who leaves their car running when they go into a store?
I used to, but I don't do anymore. I've heard too many stories.
Yeah.
Not
I'm not
this
taking a
day and
chance.
age, no.
But we're going to talk to somebody in the Donkey Show podcast today named Blade. He is a listener we've had on the air a couple of times, but he shows up to our events and he's, been in prison. I could just tell by the way he stood that this guy had been in prison before.
I could tell by his choice of jewelry that he'd been
Yeah.
in prison
And his
before.
car.
He's the guy who has we call him Blade because he only had one earring in, but it was like a giant
Isn't like a
butcher's knife.
like a machete or
Yeah,
something.
like a Rambo knife
Yeah.
And since then,
for an earring.
Blade has doubled down so hard. He came to our Trash Bandits event with 5 or 6 Blade earrings.
Oh, geez.
He had one of them was a
picked it up.
brass knuckle. And I was like, wow,
yeah.
we're stepping
Wow,
it
he's
up.
like, well, we're downtown. We're not downtown.
So he
And
came
calm
to,
down.
in a related story, he came to one of our appearances and told us a story about him stealing an RC Cola truck to get to his probation hearing.
Yeah.
Or his
desperate
probation office.
Desperate times.
He has the wildest stuff. This guy once robbed the Moda Center.
He robbed the Moda Center, which is
Yeah.
why he ended up in jail. And then he stole
Wild.
an RC Cola truck, like the most obvious thing.
There's
Yeah.
only a couple RC Cola trucks left, I
Right.
feel
I don't
like.
think I can
He's
remember
like,
last
what's
time
the
I-
most inconspicuous car? RC Cola truck, for sure.
Definitely.
So today during the Donkey Show podcast, we'll talk to Blade because I'm excited to get his story. He's turned his life around, which is super impressive.
Yeah.
He's
It's
great.
healthy. I see him working out at the gym all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But boy, he was on one for a while, stealing from the Moda Center, robbing RC Cola trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blade's a success story, though. That's what's cool about
Yeah.
it. Like at this point, it's come full circle, and you can tell those stories. Dude needs his own like TikTok account, just telling his
stories.
Yeah,
Totally.
he should.
Well, we'll tell him that. Just make sure you check out the Donkey Show podcast today. It's the show after the show, and you can hear it at 1059thebrew.com.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Now, what's trending?
All right, so Corey Taylor of Slipknot has, I guess he's, making the rounds on all these shows, doing podcasts and guest appearances lately. He was on Hot Ones Versus.
All right.
Which is a spinoff of Hot Ones, the Hot Wing Eating Show.
Versus.
I don't know
Versus.
how it works, honestly. I haven't seen it, but.
Well, Corey Taylor talks about his feud with a bunch of artists like MGK and Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
And here is Corey Taylor talking about his feud with Limp.
At the top, I would put Limp Bizkit because creatively, there are so many factors to that band, that show, and have been explored. And my issues truly weren't even with Limp Bizkit. They were with Fred. It wasn't about the band. It was just about what Fred represented at the time, the things that were being said, and the people in the band that were actually saying things about us.
Everybody was saying stuff about us.
Exactly.
All right.
I mean, drama.
Everybody.
Who cares?
I just think it's like when somebody has a beef with a bunch of people, it's like, maybe you're the problem. You know what I mean?
It's very high school too, like talking about a beef that's 100 years old, but maybe that's the show, is to dig up your.
Yeah.
So they're eating hot wings. Are they eating wings?
Yeah, they're eating hot wings.
Apparently,
yeah.
I didn't see it, but
It's not the same format as like the OG show, but there are hot wings involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey Taylor, I'm a fan of Slipknot. Corey Taylor does a lot, though. Like, he does, in my opinion, a little too much. Like, every time I turn on the radio, I feel like there's a new Corey Taylor song on, and it, I don't know.
He's got Corey Taylor, he's got Stone Sour, he wrote a book, he's
got, like a couple of solo albums. I'm just, if it's not Slipknot,
that's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they got to hug it out. Like, put it all behind him.
Yeah, they should go on tour. I'd go see Limp and Slipknot.
that'd be
oh
wild,
my God.
Yeah.
Limp, Slipknot, Linkin Park with their new singer.
Limp Knot.
Slip Biscuit.
Yeah, there's a working title there somewhere, I feel like.
Limp Knot and Slip Biscuit.
Yeah.
Slip
I'd go. I'd
Biscuit.
take my money. I'd go see that tour. Anyway, go see those videos. You can also check out our Donkey Show podcast and much, much more. 1059thebrew.com. That's also the website you're going to need to win $1,000 in cash here in less than 3 minutes and 39 seconds. All right, the Sasquatch is here. As soon as you hear the keyword, go to 1059thebrew.com to win.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
course, yesterday we announced Bacon and Beer, the Troutdale Chainsaw Massacre.
Woohoo.
It's happening October 25th at McMinimans Edgefield. Super stoked to be taking over McMinimans Edgefield that morning. Everyone who shows up gets free bacon, of course. We've got a huge costume contest going down. We're looking for people to just really go all out.
Yeah.
And we've got a trip to Las Vegas to give away, so...
And the opportunity to sleep over again. I mean, that was super fun to do last time in Forest Grove.
I'm doing it this time.
To hang out in those bars and restaurants, good food, great drinks, the whole deal.
I'm going to make it a thing. And I also want to know what the most haunted room is, because that's the one I want to stay in.
Of course
Maybe I
you
can
would.
have some...
You're so dark. You're like Wednesday Addams.
So? Is that a problem?
She's like spirits.
I mean, I'm going to have so many great stories.
Which room was someone murdered in?
Yeah.
Well, this is the place. This is your place for that, because they write each person's story, or at least one person who lived in the room, their story on the wall. And the last one I was in, the guy died. They drove him to the morgue, and he woke up on the morgue truck. And they brought him back to his room. So
I'm not dead yet.
Not all the way dead, but you can get real close in those walls.
Well, we'll be hearing some ghost stories that morning.
Hopefully.
At Bacon and Beer. So come on down, get weird. I know that McD's excited for it.
So far away, Bacon and Beer just seems so far away. But I need bacon in my hand again. And I need bacon in my hand, followed by some beer.
He's happy about it.
I like it.
Get all the info on Bacon and Beer, the Texas, gotta get that right. The Troutdale Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, well, you don't have to drive to Texas.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be a bit closer than that, yeah.
1059thebrew.com. All right, this woman's name is Marijuana Pepsi.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's her real name, Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke.
Oh, so she's of the Van Dykes, but a marijuana Pepsi.
Yeah.
What is wrong with her parents?
I don't know. She's 52, and she's just now considering changing her name.
Why?
Marijuana Pepsi.
I mean, you've lived with it for that long.
So, like, as a kid, they had to call you Mary, right?
I would think so.
I would assume, but how long has Pepsi been a thing? Has it been 52 years at least?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So she was named, I would assume, after the drink. It's not like a coincidence.
Yeah, I believe it's like, I love marijuana.
I love Pepsi.
Pepsi. Pepsi was founded in 1898.
Oh, damn.
Old school.
Given the name by her mother, who believed it would make her, quote, a force in the world, Marijuana Pepsi has dealt with, whispers from people, a lot of judgment, even job application rejections just based on her name. People probably thought it wasn't real.
Oh,
Marijuana Pepsi, what are you, 12?
Yeah, exactly. Not funny.
For professional reasons, you'd think that she would go by Mary or something.
Yeah, you can't.
Like that.
No one's going to hire marijuana.
Because Mary Van Dyke isn't. That's just a
so
name.
bad.
That's just a name.
Yeah.
That actually sounds privileged.
Here's the thing: Marijuana Pepsi does not smoke weed or drink soda.
Oh well, maybe it just annoyed her so much that she never wanted to do it.
That has to be it, right? Be like, you know what? I've heard the joke 1,000 times. No.
If she smoked marijuana, she might crush a pep.
She's actually a PhD holder and an academic, and she embraces her name fully as Dr. Marijuana Pepsi.
Oh my goodness.
That's what she leans into as of right now, but she's considering changing it.
Who goes by, like, normally
Dr. Pepsi.
You'd be Dr. Van Dyke.
Dr. Pepsi.
Like, who goes by...
I don't know. I think
you're leaning in so much that you're using your middle name. My middle name never gets never gets talked about at all.
Wasn't that the point? Like, she's doing what her mother wanted her to do. Her mom said she was going to be a force in the world, and now she's a doctor. So, I mean, I guess you got to...
What if she, became president? President Pepsi?
President Pepsi residing?
Nice.
Yeah. Well, that's her name. What a weird
I like
name.
Pepsi Van Dyke.
Pepsi is not, it's not a normal name, but it's not that
Is that the weirdest name? What's the
You've
weirdest
never
name?
met someone named Pepsi.
I never have.
And do you guys know that Pepsi in 1893, before it became Pepsi, was called Brad's Drink?
Brad's Drink.
That's what it was called?
Brad's Drink.
Did somebody named Brad make it?
It was Caleb Bradham.
Oh, Brad.
Brad's Drink. I don't want to drink Brad's Drink.
Well, Pepsi.
Pepsi sounds better.
Yeah, just a 5-year gap until they became Pepsi Cola.
So did Pepsi have Coke in it too, or was that just Coke that had like cocaine in it?
I think Coke had the cocaine.
What did Pepsi have in it? You
Probably
don't want to
not a
know
sweet
Brad's
drug.
drink. Don't ask too many questions. You know what I'm saying?
Some Brad sauce.
Yeah.
Pepsi, they came up with the name Pepsi because it relieved a thing called dyspepsia, which is indigestion.
Oh,
Dyspepsia.
because I've heard that the caffeine.
Well,
will, you know-
Pepto-Bismol.
And the carbonation. So
Yeah.
at first they're
Or
like,
no, yeah, not caffeine. The carbonation's what I meant. Yeah.
well, it's also, maybe it'll help you get a little pep in your step.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's true.
Lagwagon. It used to be at the pharmacy, like, here, have a Pepsi.
I guess it's not the weirdest name. I'm looking here at a list of the craziest baby names in America. So these are people who have actually got their names on birth certificates.
Pepsi's all right.
Safari's a name.
Safari.
Someone has a first name of Sheriff. Siren. Theory is somebody's first
Siren.
name. Trophy. Viper. If your first name's Viper, what the hell is that?
Get out of
Such
here.
a douche.
Yeah.
Viper.
Siren Sanders
But I
or
mean-
something would be crazy.
A Siren Sanders. It didn't. Wasn't it Gwyneth Paltrow? Isn't her kid's name Apple or something?
Yeah, that's something that's hard
And
to
then
shake.
Frank Zappa's got like Moon Unit. And
Moon Unit. Moon
All
Unit.
sorts of interesting
Moon
stuff.
Unit. Ridiculous name. And then Elon Musk didn't even name his kid a name. It was just like
It's just like a
symbol.
formula.
Yeah, like a formula. Yeah.
That kid
Oh
is
my
in
God.
trouble.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I mean, rich, but in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
More on those stories at 1059thebrew.com. Also, what is the weirdest name you've ever heard? Is Pepsi marijuana the weirdest name? Or I guess it's
Marijuana
Pepsi.
Pepsi to you, sir.
Yeah. What's the weirdest name? Shoot us a talk back through the iHeartRadio app or a text message at 98197.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. All right, you got until 8 o'clock this morning to get this hour's keyword in and win $1,000 like this dude.
That's what I'm talking about. Ho-ho! All right.
I'm so jealous of how happy people get when they win $1,000.
I know. Well, I mean, that's probably what my reaction would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got something they want to pull the trigger on, but they're not because they're right on the edge of it, and this will push you over.
Yeah, or maybe you got some bills you got to take care of. This could be your chance to pay those off. The keyword is grand. Log on right now, 1059thebrew.com. As soon as you get there, a box will pop up. Type in the keyword grand, and then just keep an eye on your cell phone because we could call you back within just a few minutes with the money. And if you see a private number, that could be us, so pick it up. All right, Drew's got sports next. What do you have?
Playoff baseball in full swing. 4 games last night, 3 more today. We'll tell you about it.
That's right after Corn.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake.
And now, Brew Sports. Here's Drew.
Well, Von Miller is going to be suspended 4 games for violating the conduct policy of the NFL. He had a domestic situation go down last summer, and it looks like he, or I guess November of 23, And he says it's 100% false, but the he said, she said of it still results in the suspension. He'll be out for the foreseeable future, but I guess it's just 4 games, and he'll likely be back with the Bills. Also, yesterday, a whole lot of action in Major League Baseball as the playoffs have kicked off, and my social media feed was just filling up with all these different teams, like pregame and the excitement, because baseball has the excitement of opening day, has the excitement of even when spring training opens, but the first day of the playoffs, knowing that you're all the way in, is huge. Now, the good news for you, Laura, the Detroit Tigers get the job done last night. Also, Kansas City, New York Mets, and it was the nightcapper, Atlanta against San Diego, where the Padres put on a display early with Fernando Tatis doing his thing.
Here's Fernando Tatis. He swings, sends one high and deep to left. He's watching, so are 44,000 others. Oh, what a start for the Padres as Tatis leaves the building, and this place is on its feet.
Sounds like a tugboat.
Yeah. That'd be sweet if the boat just came right through that bad boy. Tonight you have a triple header. You got Kansas City against Baltimore. Also, actually, you will have game 2 of the Tigers Astros. It's a quad box again. I lied. More games than you thought. And all 4 that played yesterday will play again tonight. There's your sports.
Thank you very much. All right, you've got until 8 o'clock to get this hour's keyword in to score $1,000.
Yep. Still have time.
If you want a grand, 1059thebrew.com is the website, and the keyword is grand.
That's easy enough.
That's right.
Very simple, 1059thebrew.com. Enter the keyword grand, and you could score a grand. Coming up next, though, we've got another pair of tickets to go see Breaking Benjamin and Stained. They're going to be taking over the Moda Center a week from today.
Nice.
Really excited. I've seen Breaking Benjamin and Stained before. They both put on great shows.
I haven't seen it Stained since like 2002.
Yeah.
So
it might have been like the anger management tour or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
back in the
Family
day.
Matters, for Family Values, rather.
Family Matters tour is what I'm talking about.
Steve Urkel gonna be there?
Do the Urkel.
Anyway, caller 10 and 11 get to play the new game, the Celebrity Cash game, coming up next, or Celebrity Cash, or whatever we're calling it.
Yeah,
Whatever. The working title till we come up with something better.
Yeah, it's growing on me.
866-445-1059 is the phone number. You just have to tell us who's got a higher net worth. We'll do that right after Allison Shane's Happy Wednesday. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
And there's been a handful of celebrity deaths lately, like a lot of celebrity deaths.
Yeah.
Even the prominent sports figures are kind of had moved over into celebrity land.
Yeah, let's see. Good Times actor John Amos passed away at the age of 84. He was also the bad guy in Die Hard 2. Remember that?
Okay. Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah, he was great.
He passed away, and then there was a bunch of people we didn't even get to, on Monday.
Chris Christopherson passed away. That was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. The guy from American Pickers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the guy from American Pickers passed.
Pete
I got a
Rose,
list
obviously, passed away.
It's kind of wild. They say they die in threes, but it's been like 9 or something.
It's been a lot.
Dame Maggie Smith passed away at the age of 89. Chris Christopherson. Beverly Hills Cop actor John Ashton died at 76. And then this voice actor died. Nightmare Before Christmas voice actor Ken Page died at age 70.
I mean, people die every day. It's bound to happen, right?
People die every day. Tupac said that, I think.
Man, and Dikembe Mutombo. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Right.
It's,
I don't know what's going on.
You know, hopefully we can stop the bleeding on that.
Must be something in the water.
Must be.
Yeah, I'm not drinking the water. I think that's how you die, is not drinking
Not
water.
drinking water, yeah.
But there it is. A lot of celebrity deaths. I don't know what the deal is, but may they rest in peace. R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
Pour one out, later tonight.
Yeah,
yeah, no, I mean, I need this
gotta
coffee.
Pour it, you're going to have to pour the whole cup because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, that's true.
It's now time for our new game called Celebrity Cash. Speaking of celebrities, all these celebrities I think are still alive that we're about to read off.
Nice.
You just have to tell us who has the higher net worth. We'll give you 2 people, and you just go, you know what? I think Tom Hanks. I think Miss Hanky Panky's worth more.
Okay.
Or whoever he's up against.
You pick your poison.
Right. The winner is going to get tickets to go see Breaking Benjamin and Stained at the Moda Center next Wednesday. It's 1 week from today. Let's go to our person on line 1. His name is Tim from Milwaukee. What up, Tim?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning to you, good sir. Are you big on tabloid stuff? Do you know about celebrities?
Not really so much, no.
Okay, but you know who these people are, so maybe it could be easy for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta get at least
Maybe.
you gotta get at least 3 out of 5 to win, and if you lose, you have to listen to us give your tickets to somebody who did absolutely nothing.
That'd be a bummer.
He doesn't sound very
Got
confident. You gotta lean into this.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
There we go.
Did you hear us play it yesterday?
Yeah, I've been listening to you guys all week.
How'd you do yesterday?
So.
All right.
So.
At least he's
I
honest.
wouldn't have won, but
Well, these are all celebrities that are kind of in the same ballpark, kind of similar to each other.
Yeah.
Who is got a higher net worth, Tim? Aaron Rodgers or Usain Bolt?
I don't even know who those guys are. I'll go with Aaron Rodgers.
You don't know who Aaron Rodgers is? Usain Bolt's the fastest man alive?
Yeah.
He says Rodgers.
He said Rodgers. It is true. Aaron Rodgers.
That guy has a lot of cash.
$200 million is his net worth. Usain Bolt's $90 million.
That's a lot for
Still
a runner.
pretty good.
I mean, think about no runners have that money.
Who's got a higher net worth, Tim? Singer Mariah Carey or singer Adele?
Oof.
Mariah Carey.
Does Mariah Carey have a higher net worth? She does.
She's got Christmas
grinding.
money.
Yeah, she's got that Christmas money.
She's also been famous our entire lives.
Back when they would sell actual CDs, hard
Yeah.
copies.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's worth $350 million. Adele, only $220 million.
That's pretty
Still
good,
a
though.
lot.
She's only been around for, 10 years?
Yeah.
That's impressive. 2-0. Mr. Doubt It is crushing right
Doing
now.
pretty well, yeah. You get one more right, you're in. Who's got a higher net worth? Actor Michael Douglas or Tom Hanks?
I'm going to go with Tom Hanks.
Does Tom Hanks have a higher net worth? Do you want to stick with that?
Yeah.
Good call. Hey, you're in, bro.
Sweet.
Yeah, Tom Hanks worth $400 million. Michael Douglas, $350 million.
Wow, I didn't think he would come that close.
Me either.
He's been around a long time, too, man. He's got that old Hollywood
He's
money.
got that Wall Street money.
He probably bought a house in L.A. for like $600,000, and now
Yeah.
it's worth $4 million.
Oh, yeah, or more.
Or more, even, yeah.
It's crazy how much cash. The inflation probably helped him good.
There you go, dude. You are going to the Breaking Benjamin and Stain concert next Wednesday night at the Moda Center, my friend.
Bing, bing.
Yeah. Yeah, I won front row tickets for Breaking Benjamin from you guys like 5 years ago, I think.
5 years. See, it's a waiting game. And 5 years from now, we'll get you some bleeders.
Yeah, there's people in the car right now going, oh, he won 5 years
you
ago.
serious?
Front row.
It's 5 years.
Eat curb, bro. Eat curb. That's some guy saying it, not me. I'm just saying.
Hey, no, fair enough.
I'm channeling that
5
guy.
years.
At least a side dish of curb.
All right, hang on the
Just
phone.
like a little gravel.
We'll get your information, and we'll see you at the concert. We have another pair of tickets coming up tomorrow morning at 9:30, or you have a chance to win right now at 1059thebrew.com. All the details and I won $1,000 from us, though, right here. Listen to this.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break, or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
big story.
This is our segment where we go around the room sharing what we think the biggest stories of the day are. I want to start with a little bit of good news.
Okay.
Ford Motor Company is offering a new seatbelt to help those who received mastectomies to fight breast cancer. This is pretty incredible. The company says that the support belt is designed by Lynn Simocini, I don't know. She's a Ford marketing partner. It designed this after she had a double mastectomy.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was painful, so she created this thing, and the new belt is made from soft, breathable foam that fastens to the seatbelt to relieve pressure and reduce discomfort on a person's chest.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's stuff you don't think about until you've been through it. It's like you just had surgery. You're in pain.
You
but
have to wear the
seatbelt. It doesn't feel good. So it's good that they've come up with a solution for that. That's awesome.
And she's doing a good thing, and she's going to make buttloads of money.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Can you get one if you just have sensitive moobs? Would that also be okay?
Probably.
Very possible, sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
it's all money in the bank for the inventor.
Right.
Yeah. I think the big story, more good news, believe it or not.
Good.
Downtown Portland might be seeing a bit of a resurgence over the summer. Downtown Portland saw its strongest numbers in tourism and events since the start of COVID. They actually saw a 4-year high in foot traffic. June, July, and August, they saw 2.4 million visitors each month, which is a 9% raise in foot traffic on weekends between Memorial Day and Labor Day. And actually, the last weekend in August saw a 20% year-over-year increase. So they've been trying to get people back downtown. Maybe it's working, and hopefully it'll continue to improve.
I love it.
Yeah.
More like, I don't want to say normal, but standard civilians, the less riffraff it pushes
For
out
sure.
when we are there.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't getting good enough for you guys, let's add a little infrastructure. This is sweet. Oregon is getting $722 million to upgrade our infrastructure. Now, of this cash, $428 million will go towards our highways, $188 million towards surface roads, $11 million for charging stations, and $57 million just to work on those bridges. So trying to make you safer, maybe widen some things. I mean, the underbelly is that there will be construction until you die, but one day your children's children are going to love stuff.
We can only hope. But by then, we probably will have outgrown it, and then we'll need more
money.
Construction, more money, but it's okay.
All right, more on those stories at 1059thebrew.com. Coming up next, we want to know what's the pettiest reason the cops are ever called, whether you called them for a petty reason or they were called on you for a petty reason. We're going to tell you a story about somebody who called the cops because their neighbor sprayed water on them.
Oh no.
I want them arrested. We'll tell you that story, and then we'll take your calls coming up here in just a few minutes. 866-445-1059. Your next chance at $1,000 from the Cash Squatch, though, is coming up next. You got less than 4 minutes and 13 seconds, and you could win $1,000 right here on The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
All right, this morning we'd like to know what's the pettiest reason the cops are ever called on you, or maybe you were the person who called the cops for a really petty reason and you know it. Like, there was one time I did so like at my old house, somebody parked like I lived in a cul-de-sac and someone parked in the middle of the cul-de-sac, like dead center of the cul-de-sac.
Stupid.
Well, that's ridiculous.
You can't park there.
So I did call the non-emergency line.
But I
and
mean,
didn't file a complaint.
now you really can't because you know nobody's going to show up.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the
It
point?
depends on the neighborhood.
I
Some
think-
places the cops have nothing to do.
I think it was a situation like that. The police definitely showed up and made him move it. And I felt really bad about myself afterwards. I was like, why did I do that?
If you park in the middle of the cul-de-sac
I was
to
irritated, yeah.
empty a vehicle, that's one thing. But if you're going to park there just like, hey, I'm going to make this a roundabout, forget about it.
It's just the principle. You
That's
know what I
exactly what
mean?
they did. There was no person in the car. They just
Oh,
left
man,
it there. So.
that thing would have been towed right out of my hood.
Yeah, but what's the most ridiculous reason? The reason we ask is there's a story that's gone viral about a woman who's been charged with assault after she accidentally sprayed her neighbor with a water gun.
Oh, sure, accidentally.
Accidentally?
Sure, it was
It
an
wasn't
accident.
gun. Wendy Washik, she's 58 years old, was playing with some kids while attending a barbecue to celebrate Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And I guess she was trying to figure out how the water gun was working. She says, quote, "It's not like I play with water guns at my age."
An inadvertent squirt?
She says, quote, "I was going through the gate and I accidentally hit the neighbor that was maybe 3 feet away, cutting his grass. The guy was out mowing his yard."
Man.
I mean, if he's out mowing his lawn, don't you think he could use a little squirt, working hard out there, sweating?
Exactly, right on the back of the neck or something?
Yeah.
The neighbor, who apparently allegedly had multiple issues with residents on the street, then phoned the police and claimed that he'd been a victim of a physical assault.
Okay, calm down. I don't care if a bucket of water hits you in the face. Assault? I don't think water can assault you unless it's coming out of a fire hose.
If it's acid rain, maybe. But so hold on a second. So she actually got charged? Like, what came of this?
So the cops showed up and turned up at the door. She claimed that they would not listen to her side of the story, and they instructed her husband to bring your wife out of the backyard.
Bring her
So
out.
she wasn't coming to the front.
That's aggressive.
Oh, she's probably like, I'm not even going to honor this with a conversation.
I wouldn't even think it was serious. I'd be like, the cops are not here for me.
Yeah,
What?
it's a
No.
squirt gun.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's facing. I'm assuming this because this is like going to court, or I'm assuming it's going to get thrown out. I mean,
Well, the cops
come
wanted
on.
to take pictures of the injuries, but they had evaporated. So there
Right.
was nothing to do.
Yeah.
pretty petty reason to call the cops. I mean, it's a kid's party or whatever, and you.
And she's trying to figure out a water. It's not like she did it on purpose.
You're just a bum, though. Think of it. He's got multiple issues with multiple neighbors.
He's
It's
a
the same
grump.
thing we say all the time. If you have an issue with everyone, you're the issue.
Yeah.
He's definitely the neighborhood grump, and
Unless-
has to cause
maybe
problems
this is
for
like
everybody.
the straw that broke the camel's back. Like maybe somebody had been parking in his front yard or something, or maybe he'd been ding dong ditched one too many times, and I was like, "That's it, I can't do this anymore."
What's crazy? She's been charged with assault with a deadly. Assault with a weapon, not a deadly weapon, just assault with a weapon. It's a water gun. It's like a super soaker.
Assault with a weapon. And this has got to get thrown out of court. That can't be in that. They can't keep that in that lane. Yeah, so and so had brandished a real firearm, and that's a cellmate of the water gun. It must have been a Super Soaker 200 or greater. If you're gonna
the one
put
that went on your back.
Yeah,
Oh my
that was
God.
massive.
Yeah.
That might have been the 500.
If
I don't
you didn't
remember.
get a wet back and some underpants and some diaper rash on your back, you weren't squirting right.
Let's go to the phones. 866-445-1059. What's the pettiest reason the cops were ever called on you? Or maybe you're like that neighbor and you called the cops. Let's go to Brian and Gresham. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, good morning, guys.
All right, dude. Was it like this? Was it, did you accidentally squirt the neighbor and they called the cops, or what was it?
It was worse, actually. So my neighbor was cleaning out her garden bed, and she was taking the rocks that she would dig out of the dirt and lean them up against the bottom of my fence. Well, it was causing the bottom edge to bow and distort. Well, I took it upon myself to remove those rocks and dispose of them.
Oh.
Well,
You stole her
next
rocks?
thing I know, I got John Law knocking on my door saying, "Are you stealing her rocks?"
Case of stolen
And
rocks.
it's
I was
like, well,
kidding.
she's distorting my fence. And it's like, yeah, you don't want to go down this road, guy. So,
Did you have to buy her new rocks, or did you get charged for
Just
that?
give the rocks back.
no, No, I took the rocks and put them somewhere else in my yard in a decorative area.
You did
And,
steal the rocks. You're a rock
yeah.
thief, Brian. You should be ashamed
no,
of
right?
yourself.
You know,
So what was the?
they're
what
so
did they do?
valuable and hard to come by. They just kind of laughed and was like, "Look, just let her do her thing." And we can't really, this could turn out to be long and drawn out. Just don't go down this road.
So did you have to go walk the rocks back, or like put them back against your fence and make a bow again?
I just didn't take any more of her rocks that she put there in the future. So
okay.
Yeah.
There's no proof that those are her rocks, right?
Yeah,
Like, they
exactly.
can't-
I want to
So,
see.
So they're rocks.
They're
Get
just
a
rocks.
warrant.
Yeah.
I agree completely. I
Thanks
know
for
it
the
was
compliment.
absurd.
We appreciate it. That
Hey,
is
not a problem. Thanks for having me.
pretty ridiculous, but I guess some people buy rocks for their garden, and if you took my rocks that I purchased, I'd be upset.
I just feel like calling the cops is aggressive. If you want your rocks
Just
back,
come
why don't
talk
you,
to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go next door, knock on his door, be like, hey, I think you stole my rocks.
Right.
Yeah, such a weirdo.
We got talkbacks through the iHeartRadio app. What's the pettiest reason the cops ever called on you?
Hey, Brew Crew, Fat Thor here. Heard you guys talking about ridiculous times that people called the cops on me. Yeah, one time my kids were jumping on the trampoline out back. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the Karen next door called the cops and said that it was a big noise complaint and that I also called in a bomb threat to her boyfriend's place of business. Yay, me.
That's the people who complain about kid noise. When I hear kids outside playing, I go, okay, the neighborhood's safe. Everything's fine.
Proof of life is a good thing.
Yeah, I like it. It makes my neighborhood feel safe to me.
Yeah, if they can play, then I'm probably going to survive.
And also, the bomb threat, isn't that like a bigger problem? You know what I mean?
Side of bomb
lie
threat.
about something like that?
Well, I think that's them knowing that their loud kid complaint is garbage, and so they got to step it up. Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
I called it a bomb
and
threat.
one more thing.
That's
awful.
a charge in itself,
That's what
lying
I'm
about
thinking.
this bomb threat
Totally.
you said you got.
Goodness sakes.
More talkbacks.
Good morning, Brew Crew. I had someone call the cops on me once because the back end of my pickup was sticking out into the sidewalk by maybe a couple inches.
For God's sake.
You can still get a wheelchair by it, no problem, or a bike or whatever. Even the cop came and said that it was a little ridiculous if they called, but since he was there, he had to have me move it.
Yeah.
And the worst part about that is that neighbor peered out their curtain and we're like, got him.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
everyone, you've been filed under douche, and you're
Right.
no longer allowed at the barbecue in the neighborhood.
I just look them right to their kitchen window and sing to them.
Thank you for being a bitch.
Yeah.
Right to the face.
They
That's
deserve
right.
it.
What's the pettiest reason the cops ever called on you, or maybe it was you that called the police? 866-445-1059.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
All right, this hour's keyword for your chance at $1,000 from the Cash Squatch is money, as in God in heaven, I need some money.
Money, money, money.
Same.
Yeah, things are tight out there. Things are hard out there for a pimp. A wise man once said that.
Yeah.
Go to 1059thebrew.com right now. Enter the keyword money, and we could call you back within just a few minutes with the cash. So if you see a strange number on your phone, pick it up, all right? That's money to 1059thebrew.com. Drew's got sports coming up here next. What do you have?
If you're a Blazer fan and you like to party, we got the thing for you.
That's right after the Chili Peppers. It's 8:25 on the Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
And now, Bruce Sports. Here's Drew.
Well, this is kind of weird. It is Gonzaga who has joined the Pac-12. Now, if you didn't know this already, I'll just fill you in. They don't have a football team. But they happen to be one of the best college basketball programs in the entire country. So the Pac-12 is like, okay, we'll take that. The only problem is they need another school who plays football in order to compete as a major conference. Now, it would be almost movie-like just to launch football at Gonzaga in order to try and maybe appease that, but it looks like the attempt will be to add another school. Now, women's basketball also pretty prevalent up there, but it is a situation where they're in it and they're leaving the West Coast Conference, which is in shambles at this point. Also, if you're looking for something fun to do, Portland Trailblazer Fan Fest is coming up this weekend. Now the admission is free. There's going to be a ton of stuff to do, including photo ops, Rip City Kids Zone, performances by the Blazer Dancers, the stunt team, plus DJ OG1's going to be there. And like I said, it is free to get in. Just go to Ticketmaster.com because you do have to get a ticket. It just won't cost you a thing.
Nice.
There's your sports. Go Blazers.
Thank you very much. All right, you've got until 9 o'clock to get this hour's keyword in to win $1,000 from the Cash Squatch. The keyword is money. So log on to 1059thebrew.com. As soon as you get there, a box will pop up. Type in the keyword money, and then just keep an eye on your cell phone because we could call you back in minutes with the cash. That's money to 1059thebrew.com. What's the pettiest reason the cops were ever called on you? We'll take more of your calls right after Tom Petty. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers.
All right, we want to know what's the most ridiculous reason the cops are called on you, like a petty reason.
Yeah.
There was a neighbor who's got an assault charge, an assault with weapons charge, after she accidentally squirted her neighbor with a super soaker, or like a water gun or something.
Honestly, I hope that neighbor gets swimmer's ear. Because that's ridiculous.
What is the most ridiculous reason? 866-445-1059 is the phone number. These people have been on hold for a few minutes. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. What's the pettiest reason the cops are ever called on you?
Well, I'm a pro wrestler, like an indie pro wrestler.
Okay.
And I was doing this gimmick, like a leprechaun gimmick or whatever, as a face. Good guy, coming out, bringing out gold chocolate coins out to the fans. Everybody's having a good time, or whatever. Well, my opponent comes out. He's, the bad guy doing his, the bad guy stuff.
Yeah, you're playing the part.
Well, he took playing the part. And stuff. He took the one of the gold coins, and that was on the ground or whatever, and like just stuck it to the guy's forehead. Just stuck it there, like left it there, and walked on. I mean, we had the match. We finished the whole show. I mean, we were in the middle of a teardown, and next thing I know, all of a sudden, 8 cops come in through the back door of our venue where we're at, saying that we were physically assaulted a fan.
Oh my God.
I mean,
some fan was mad that his favorite wrestler didn't win, and he's going to take him down.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a piece of candy. I mean, he didn't even touch him or nothing, and then and the cops didn't even show up. I mean, the fans were gone. He was already on his way home. Cops show up. It's like almost midnight, and they line us up against the wall and everything.
Wow.
Like this bad guy, this whole criminal reading.
I imagine you shirtless and tights against the wall, standing
it's
there.
like, how did we get here? You're like half look like the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, I mean, I have my face all painted. I mean, we're all like up against the wall, like we're like this bad guy. All we did
clearly.
Did anyone go to jail?
The fans, No, that they heard the story and we told them, and I'm like, I mean, the person that was pressing charges isn't even there to even say which one of us did it.
So ridiculous.
I mean, he was already gone and on his way home, and it's like he called on his cell phone while he was on his way home to report the assault.
Any good, decent cop, smart cop is going to go, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, we're out of here.
I'm not going to do this. All right, thanks for the call, brother. We appreciate it. And wow, you still rocking the tights? You still slamming dudes? That sounds weird.
Don't answer.
Yeah, I am. I have a show on Sunday. I'm in a chairs match for my hardcore title. So I'm gonna have like lots of chairs and.
All right.
Well,
nice.
Break a leg, grind a mat, whatever they say.
Yeah, dude, have fun.
Don't have the cops called on.
I will. Thank you.
Appreciate it, bro. Wow. The cops called after a wrestling match.
It's a charade.
It's like
real.
where you are, right?
It's too real.
It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Good morning. What was the most petty reason the cops are called on you?
So my neighbor called the cops on me because I would not let them park in my parking spaces because I already had 3 cars there.
Wow. What'd they call the cops and tell them? Like, they're being mean? Like, what'd they say?
No, they said that I was obstructing their parking space.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. Well,
do cops show up for stuff like this? Like,
it must have been another time. Like, now you have to step over like 3 felonies to get to this.
Yeah.
Like, ma'am, there's someone throwing poop inside of a Walmart right now. We don't have time for this.
You're calling me?
Yeah.
So the cops came out and I pointed out that these were my parking spaces. And so they got a citation for calling under false pretense.
Oh, look at that. There's a flip of the coin.
Yes, you don't see that very often. It's nice to, somebody calls and actually, for a false reason and actually gets punished.
Go knock on their
you
door.
Can't just be wasting people's time.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting some text messages on our Lazy Boy text line at 98197. What's the pettiest reason the cops ever called on you? This one from 7128 says, during one of the ice storms where we were trapped for a few days, my boyfriend's vehicle was parked in my driveway. I live in the Couve, and someone called the cops to report the vehicle having Oregon plates. And I got tags saying if that vehicle lives in Washington, it must have Washington plates. How the hell? I think he had it parked in my driveway for like a week.
It's an ice storm. People were parked on the freeway.
You can't move your car even if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You don't live here.
How do people Do they have too much time on their hands? Like what is it? I don't understand.
So you get that tone, you get that high pitch.
Yeah.
It's like, get a life.
You know what I'm going to do today, guys? I'm going to go for a walk, and I'm going to start calling in people's tags. If you're expired, I'm on you, buddy.
This text says, a pathetic reason the cops got called at my house like 5 years ago was because my husband and I were just verbally arguing, and he locked me out, and I had to call the cops to get back in.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's
so does that count as like a DV situation? Like, does somebody have to go to jail?
Not if there's no physical contact.
Yeah, because
So you can't kick her out. She lives there.
Yeah,
but this
that's
is her house.
She can come right in and scream and yell and grab her stuff.
Let's go to line 1. Hi, it's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Good morning. Who's this?
Hello, me?
Yes, you. What was the pettiest reason the cops are calling on you?
So this was many, many years ago before I moved up here. I was living in California, and it was something like 8 o'clock at night, and the neighbors called and said that my son, who at the time I believe was 12 or 13, was up on top of the roof naked, staring at her.
Whoa.
The whole time, all of my kids were inside the house. So I was like, told the sheriff, I was like, no, we've all been in the house. Nobody's been up on the roof. And come to find out that she was having issues with medications. She was an elderly lady.
Oh,
so
she's
hallucinating.
Yeah,
which
she's seeing
made
things.
it really fascinating.
God, I wonder what I have to take to see naked people on the roof.
Yeah. God, that would be very
Well,
scary.
you know,
though.
when you get older, and if they give you medications that are conflicting, it doesn't take much.
Right.
I'm a caregiver, and I know these things.
Wow. Was that the only time she called the cops on you guys, or did she make a habit of it?
Well, no, there was another time that she called CPS on me because my children were fighting.
Oh my
And
God.
at the time I was working at Target, so I would go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. I would be there at 7:30 for my lunch to take them to school. And when I got there to take them to school, the sheriff and CPS showed up.
Oh my
So
God.
you were
at the
probably
time-
terrified too. Like,
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't terrified. I was ticked off.
yeah,
Live it.
yeah.
Oh my God. If you call
at the
CPS
time,
on me, that's a bad. We
Storming
are.
around her driveway in khaki pants and a red shirt.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I hope you went Target nuts on her.
I did. Well, not her, because I understood she was elderly. She was having issues, never had issues with her before, and so I already had a feeling it had to do with medications. It had to
Right.
do with something.
Well, that's
And I
nice
told
if you've
the sheriff-
given her the
I told
benefit of the doubt.
And there better be no CPS file on you. You know, it's like, well,
Yeah.
they called.
No,
It's right here. There's a thing.
Yeah, this
No,
doesn't
I
add as a
hate that.
report.
I told CPS, you can come and look at my house. I have no clue why she's calling on you. I was actually going through a really rough time at the time because my oldest son did some things he shouldn't have done. And she had no clue of what was going on. It was just, you know, whatever was going on in her head, she felt like that she had to call. So
Right.
Somebody
know.
call
It was-
911.
All right. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing that with us. Yeah.
no problem. You guys have a good day.
I'm so grateful I don't live around
Yeah.
somebody like that. I just can't imagine.
Can only hope one of them will age out, take some weird meds, and call me in eventually.
That's going to be me. I'm going to be calling the cops on naked people. On
I got a
roofs.
naked 13-year-old right here in the middle of the
What
intersection.
Lady, no.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't see any kids here.
Real fast. Obviously, you could tell just by this segment that the world is a pretty stressful place. You turn on the news, and you're like, what? You know, you go to the grocery store, you see the prices, and you're like, what? What is
Yeah.
going on here?
It's craziness.
Between all that, the kids, work, and all other daily struggles, the last thing you should be doing if you're injured in a car accident is on the phone battling with insurance companies. So if you're injured, skip all that drama and call the advocates because they're the ones who are going to make sure that you're taken care of. These insurance companies, they can be super difficult. They'll say they'll help you out when the time comes, but when that time comes, all of a sudden, they don't want to pay. That's because you're just a number, and that's going to affect their bottom line. And that's why you need an advocate to have your back. Ken and Donnie, they're going to fight for you like family. They know what to say to these insurance companies. They know what to do because they've been doing it for a long, long time. As a matter of fact, they've gotten over $100 million for their clients, and they would love for you to be a client as well. So reach out to them. Advocateslaw.com is their website. That's advocateslaw.com. The consultation is free. They don't get paid until you win. All right? Advocateslaw.com.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Taking a few more calls and texts and talkbacks from people talking about the pettiest reason the cops are called on them. I definitely have had the cops called on me before. I think it was like a noise violation once.
I'm guessing I have definitely had the cops called on me a handful of stupid times. Lots of noise violations, but every party's basically that. I got one called on me because we had a graduation party. And when I say party, we're talking about a house where 5 people lived. 3 of them were graduating. I was not one of them. And their families. 3 families in the yard and maybe a spattering of 5 or 6 other people. And the cops got called because we were having a quote-unquote kegger. It was 2 p.m.
Their family celebrating
on a
a graduation.
Saturday. Yeah. All adults, like when I remember the cop, they just opened the fence. And yeah, there was a keg of beer there. And like someone's grandpa's pumping it. It was like, thanks for coming out. But we had a neurotic crybaby neighbor, and that's what happened.
Well, luckily, again, I said it earlier, decent, smart cops, I think they show up at the scene and they can sum it up right away.
I bet every day there's at least one, are you kidding me?
Oh, I'm sure. At least.
All right, we got a couple of TalkBack messages through the iHeartRadio app. You can send us one anytime. Download it for your cell phone for free. Once the Brew's streaming, press the microphone button to record something. What's the pettiest reason the cops are called on you?
What's up, Brew Crew? Roop here. We had somebody call the cops on us for playing wall ball. It was on a wall. It wasn't like on the side of somebody's house, but I guess she didn't like the sounds of fun.
What up, guys? Welder Rob. So when I was like 9 or 10, my sister was probably like 13 or 14, and we were home alone. Parents were at work, and I punched her. We were fighting, typical kid stuff. And she called the cops on me. Cops showed up, flipped out on her for calling. They tried to scare me. My dad had to come home, and she really got it. Oh, yeah. But that was back before they could probably take your kids now. But
Yeah, probably would. Back in the day, the cops are like, you're going to spank this kid's ass when we leave, right?
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
If I don't hear noise before I get to my vehicle, I'm coming back with a citation.
I was gonna say, man, if the cops got called every time my brother beat me up when I was a kid, the cops would always be at my
Oh my God, that would have been a SWAT team camped in my yard.
Yeah. All right, your next chance to win $1,000 from the Cash Squatch is coming up next. Listen for the keyword right after AC/DC on The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
All right, bacon and beer. The Troutdale Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
That's the official sound effect.
That's
for
you
it.
running from the chainsaw.
Yeah, you know how everyone's got their chime, or their sound, like ba da ba ba ba. That's
Drew's.
Bacon and Beer, the Troutdale Chainsaw Massacre.
It's like the Wilhelm scream, but better somehow.
Yeah.
Super frightened.
It's happening October 25th at McMiniman's Edgefield. Super stoked to take over McMiniman's Edgefield, and super stoked for the first. This is the first Bacon and Beer that's a Halloween theme.
Oh boy, which I can't believe. You guys have done a million Bacon and Beers.
I know,
This is your
it's
first
never
Halloween
happened.
edition?
Because we've done costume contests, but not where we've been doing the show during the costumes.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to be fun.
Yeah, so we'll have a trip to Vegas, and yeah, we're looking for people to just go all out in their costumes. Bring like those movie style costumes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes that's created at your house. Sometimes you got to get the pros involved.
Yeah, and if you need some costumes, these people, they're not paying for this. We're just doing this because they were so freaking cool and super nice. And it's like a family company. But they're called Costume Avenue. If you need something for Bacon and Beer coming up October 25th, you can hit up Costume Avenue because they have over 15,000 costumes. And these are all rentals, for the holidays, parties, birthdays, film and stage productions, things like this.
You can always double dip too, if you have a party or, it is not too far away from actual Halloween. So you could make this trip out to go see them worthwhile on 2 levels.
Yeah. They are open Tuesdays through Saturdays, and you can call Costume Avenue at 503-848-3861. They're just really cool people, and I appreciate them. So, we're all going to, I don't want to say what it is yet, but
it's a secret.
I don't like dressing up in costumes.
It's just crazy to me.
I love to act and stuff like that, but I never liked being in costume. I remember I was in a Shakespeare play in high school, and it was kind of on the tail end of the Romeo and Juliet movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
So it was set in modern times, right? But they would be like, draw your sword, and then pull out like a 45.
It was a cooler version of that stuff.
And so I'm like, I remember when we started to do the 12th Night play from Shakespeare, I went, let's just do it like that movie and wear our normal clothes.
It's a last second Hail Mary to miss the tights.
I got laughed right out of there and ended up wearing gold tights.
I don't think so.
We're replacing it all with guns.
But I promised these guys and the show and everyone that I will be in costume this day, and we're all gonna do.
Better be.
We're all gonna do again. I don't want to say what it is, but we're all the same.
You know,
in the same universe.
You know what I can see happening?
If
It's
that
going
makes
to be
sense.
like the Woody costume at Trash Bandits. We're going to show up, and Tanner's going to be like, guys,
He'll be in a nice
you'll
dress
never
shirt.
believe it. I forgot my costume.
Yeah, I don't want to see any of that.
Yeah, I don't know why you would even accuse me of that.
I mean, it's not
very
like
cruel.
it's happened before or anything.
It wasn't my costume. It was Beefwater's costume that I forgot.
Right.
You did look good in that, though.
You did.
I ended up having to wear it
You were
because
way
of that,
better, Woody.
So if you want to come on out, it's October 25th between 6 and 10 a.m. Everyone who shows up gets free bacon. We got a trip to Vegas, tons of concert tickets, tons of prizes, games to play.
That's right.
And costume contests. All right. Bacon and Beer, the Troutdale Chainsaw Massacre. Happening at McMiniman's Edgefield. All the info online at 1059thebrew.com. We are commercial free thanks to our friends over at Lazy Boy with the Eagles.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
105.9 The Brew. It's Portland's rock station. Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Listen, I know we don't play Diddy. I know we don't spin any diddles here.
I think we're lucky we don't.
We do not. Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't think any station at this point should anymore.
Because if we did, we'd have to issue an apology.
God, the stuff that came out yesterday about this Sean Diddy Combs case is so gross.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that he's being accused of, you know, what'd you say, Laura? 25 minors? He's
25
accused-
minors as young as 9 years old.
9 years
like,
old.
Pregnant women, just like, not good.
If they prove that to be true, because as of now it's an accusation, but if they prove that 9-year-old thing to be true, that, I mean, it is so far beyond the realm of being able to understand.
Yeah.
9 is the age of my oldest kid. That you have stolen everything
Right.
from them if you did that.
And like the stuff that like I heard on the news yesterday was so gross that I don't even really want to talk in detail about some of the things. If you want to, you can look it up on the internet.
I don't think it needs to be talked about. I mean,
And
save that for
but
the
this
courtroom.
is like some of this stuff is worse than what R. Kelly did.
Oh yeah,
And R. Kelly did disgusting things.
Brainwashing.
This seems
terrible.
worse than this. This seems worse than maybe even what Epstein was doing.
It's
up
playing
there.
God.
It's up there with the Epstein stuff.
I feel like the trickle down is going to be just like Epstein, where a list is going to come out.
Yeah.
And
Well, this
a lot
guy-
of celebrities are going to be in a bad spot.
This attorney yesterday, he said, listen, that person knows that their name's on the list and they know they're being investigated and they know we're about to drop it. So apparently they're going to, this guy said they're going to out companies. They're going to out individuals.
Because I bet executives have been to the Diddy parties. It's not
record,
just
politicians.
record labels.
Because it's not
like,
just famous people, it's powerful people.
Yeah.
And when you're in New York City, power is the social club.
It was kind of odd that the mayor of New York City was indicted by the same exact person that indicted Diddy just a couple months later.
And it feels
You know,
like
who
there's
knows
just
if there's some
something
involvement
bigger
there.
brewing.
It does. It does. It's super gross, but we'll keep you posted. But at this point, I don't think Diddy's ever getting out of prison. He's going to die in prison.
And when when the ages get that young, I get like emotional about it, and a jury will too, and they will throw your key away. So.
And if he's a convicted pedo, like, do
Well,
they
then
throw him
it's
in
game
gym
on.
pop? Like, what do you do?
I mean, if they give him special treatment in prison because he's famous and rich and powerful and whatever, get out of here. Like, he
Sadly-
needs to be thrown in with everybody else.
He does. He
just, like-
deserves that, but I doubt it'll happen. Just because they don't want the blood on their hands. You know, Epstein was by himself, but
knows?
it didn't matter. He still offed himself.
We'll keep you posted, but if you want all the details, we do have them online at 1059thebrew.com. It's pretty intense, man. What a fall from grace.
Man,
Jeez.
that's some Diddy dirty money right there.
It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura with Journey on The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
It's Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew, Tanner, Drew, and Laura. I would have put this in the big story earlier had it come out earlier, but it literally just came out like 30 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Pink Floyd has sold their music catalog for $400 million.
Damn.
Damn.
That's wild.
I know they've been trying to sell this music catalog for a long time, but there's so much drama between members that it was one of those things where it's like, I don't know if this is ever going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't decide on a.
Because I feel like it's been in the air for a while.
Yeah.
Talking about it, but apparently they sold to Sony for $400 million. The deal has been in the works for a long time. Sony and Pink Floyd, none of them have confirmed this yet, but apparently the information's out there. But yeah, Pink Floyd just sold the rights to their music, $400 million. They join other people like Queen, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, and more who've sold their catalogs.
And it's funny when, like, David Gilmour is talking about how he wrote these songs like when in his 20s, like he was, and they were called a pop band. And so now this pop
It's
band,
the most depressing pop band I've ever heard in my life.
is got $400 million.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Not bad, not bad.
It's like you think if somebody would have told you, you can quit your band right now, and all these years later you'll get $400 million. I think a lot of people would be like, peace out, no more bus.
Yeah.
Good night.
So what was the catalog for like Queen sold for?
Queen was sold for like over $1 billion, but that
That's
also
wild.
came with like merchandising rights and stuff like that. So it was like
Doesn't
everything.
Pink Floyd have more hits?
And Pink Floyd,
I don't
like
know.
the shirts and all that stuff, that's its own brand in itself.
Yeah,
isn't it?
so I don't know if that was all lumped in, but I know the Queen thing was like movie rights and like everything. And I think
that was $1.27 billion.
They were under like the Disney umbrella too, I think. So
That
yeah,
mustache, it commands a lot of cash.
Yeah, right.
What about Bruce Springsteen? How much was his
His
worth?
was 500 million. Yeah.
500 million.
And I think it was like 300,
550 million, actually.
300 for Tom Petty, right?
Jeez.
Something
yeah,
along
man,
those
everyone's
lines.
been doing it.
And this is what sucks about music. It's going to be like, well, everything's going to be copyright infringement unless you work for Sony and they okay it because it's theirs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's basically you're not going to be able to do anything with those old, like once
Except
they
for
get a hold
tour. You can go on tour. It's, I guess, about it, right?
Well, once somebody gets a hold of those original songs too that everyone always copies, like Beatles songs, you can't, like Sony's just going to have the house.
Yeah.
It's got to be weird, too, when, like, you don't have the rights to your likeness anymore.
Like I get
That's
sued
odd.
by yourself.
I get older
'Cause, yeah.
bands like that, like Queen and Bob Dylan and Pink Floyd, especially, who probably
Good
won't
Charlotte.
be. Good Charlotte, right? No,
They're gonna sell for $11.
But I was gonna say, it's not just older artists. Like Justin Timberlake just sold his music catalog,
Yeah.
and he's still putting out new music. So it's like, man, you're really ready to let go of all that.
The Offspring sold
and
theirs,
just, like,
too. The
not
Offspring
have
sold.
control over any of your stuff.
In defense of the Good Charlotte catalog, that $11 not just gets you their music, it also gets you their makeup line at Hot Topic.
Listen, the anthem is such
Throw
a
all your
banger.
hands up.
Yeah, don't even.
That was on
Drew.
your wall as a kid, right? Am
The
I
Offspring
correct?
only
Absolutely.
sold. They sold their entire catalog for $35 million.
Who did?
The
Offspring.
Oh,
So-
man, they don't have nearly the hits.
You got to keep them separated, you know.
Hey,
Yeah.
why don't you
That's
get a
more than
job?
I-
It's worth it.
Let's go to line one. Hi, it's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Is this Matthew?
Yes, it is.
What up, dude?
I just calling to make a comment about the P. Diddy situation. So the P in P. Diddy used to stand for Puff Daddy, right?
Right.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna have to change his name again to Prison Diddler.
Prison Diddy. Prison Diddler. It's
That's
there
right.
somewhere, yeah.
All right. All right.
That's
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks.
Have a great day.
You're welcome. He's like, I gotta deliver this. This can't die on the vine.
The concept's good. It's just
I have
need
got
a
to
better-
tell someone this.
Yeah, the approach to the runway.
Concept's good. Need a bit punchline, and we'll get there. You can send us a talkback
Will we
if you
get
have
there?
one, by the way. Download the iHeartRadio app for your cell phone. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. We're commercial free with Sabbath.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Yeah, thanks to Video Only for sponsoring our SpyCam, which my camera is tweaking out a little bit right now.
A little
Yeah,
geek
what is up
squad
with
over
this?
here.
We're back to that. What's going on
Looks
there?
like it's about to die.
Yeah.
This is the last cry before it turns off on you.
Well, if anybody's camera's going to die, it's a good thing it's mine. I am the
yeah.
ugliest one in this room.
You're taking it easy on
Even
everyone.
mine's got a weird thing going on where all of a sudden the thing's just
Maybe I think your beauty broke
what
it, to
the
be honest.
heck?
Yeah, yours it'll turn like to a fisheye lens or something.
It's
Yeah,
crack.
it's very
I'm not going to pretend this thing is a nice cam.
We didn't spring for the expensive cameras, you guys.
And it's
We
obvious.
got GoPros in here, but we are streaming video.
Yeah,
in
we
real
ran
time.
out of gift cards. So.
Our bosses literally gave us gift cards, like I think it was like $1,200 in gift cards to buy all of the equipment with, and that's how he did
Which
it.
sounds really nice, but also it's like
No.
we had to.
I had to enter each one of those into
know.
Amazon
It's a lot of work.
manually.
Yeah,
It was annoying.
End up on a fraud alert.
Anyway, I'm very grateful that they did that, though.
Yeah, we'll take what we can get. Beggars can't be choosers.
That's true.
They pay us in Hot Pockets, which is
I wish.
that's sad. So
Love Hot Pockets.
yes, go check out all the info on what was I saying?
Nothing.
You
On
just
our
said-
SpyCam.
You just said we have a SpyCam, and it's online.
Yeah, 1059thebrew.com. Check that out. I want to play this clip. So, you know Chad and JT, have you heard clips that we played from these guys before?
Yeah, they're hilarious. They go to town hall meetings and stuff like
They
that.
got that
Yeah.
surfer skater thing going.
Yeah, they'll go to like a town hall meeting or like city council and they just kind of talk like stoner surfer guys, but they want to talk about important issues.
They were
At least to them.
They were at Helium a couple of months ago. The show was ridiculous, but I can see why I feel like they should stick to YouTube videos, is what I want to say,
Yeah.
because this is where they really shine.
It's pretty funny. So what's a big important issue right now, like in the election? The borders.
Oh,
yeah.
Border
They
security.
always play border games.
Yeah, these guys, Chad and JT, want to talk to their city council about borders.
What up, council? My name is Chad Kroger. This is my colleague, JT. Obviously, one of the biggest issues right now is to protect our borders. It is with borders that we see the highest level of discrimination, and we need to keep them safe and protected. This is a human rights issue. Skateboarders need protection.
Yeah, okay. So not the borders of our country. The
Like
borders.
skateboarders.
Skateboarders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Rights issue. Skateboarders need protection. As of late, the biggest sign of disrespect to skaters has come in the form of skate stoppers on rails and ledges. Nothing wets a skater's beak more than a fat ledge he can bust a blunt side on. And nothing kills a skater's boner more than the government ripping that joy away from him.
That's true.
That is why we come to you, Thousand Oaks. You guys can be the first city to be skater friendly. You can become the Narnia for skaters everywhere. Emphasis on the Nar. How can you do this? By coating the entire city in marble, the most primo surface for skaters to rip on. Not only is marble cheap and beautiful, but it's also the smoothest surface for riding on, landing on, and falling on.
Wow.
This will create a skater's paradise. It will put up the bat signal to skaters everywhere that they can come shred safely. Think of it, council. You will have a bigger influx of cool dudes than Seattle in the 90s. What up, council? My name is Chad.
There it is.
What up?
It's very nice.
A lot of discrimination going on, you guys. A lot of discrimination.
Protect
I like
the
those.
borders.
I like the idea.
Yeah, you got to protect the borders. It's very important. You can check out that video if you want to see it. You know, you've got like a bunch of people behind him in the city council all up there listening to him. Some of them seem really annoyed.
Well, of course,
Others
yeah.
kind of like get the joke, but
You knew you were going to get annoyed when you showed up to a city council meeting, so just get
That's
in
true.
it.
And when you see Chad and JT's name on your roster, you know it's coming.
Buckle up.
go check it out, 1059thebrew.com. Just click on Tanner, Drew, and Laura. While you're at the website, enter this hour's keyword in for your chance to score $1,000. You have until 10 o'clock to get it in, so don't waste any time. The keyword is keyword. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's win.
That's-
Sorry.
that can't be it.
That would be keyword's keyword now.
Password is password.
The keyword is win, W-I-N. Go to 1059thebrew.com right now and enter that keyword in for your shot at $1,000. Good luck.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
God, I just sneezed my soul out of my face.
Yeah, it's like a
Yikes.
resurrection.
And when you sneeze multiple, right?
I said like 3 times.
Yeah.
3 to 5.
3 to
I
5
mean, it's-
times I
What
sneezed.
happens if you sneeze while you're driving?
Dude, it happened the other day. I was on Pacific Highway and I was making a left turn and I started to sneeze and I had to force myself to like hold it back so I could see where I was going.
Yeah.
And
Because
I've done that a few times.
And with the volume that you get, like most people, you get one and then maybe one in a second little one. But that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of goes.
And I do like 3 or 4 more of those.
That's not good.
How does it sound?
That's about all like.
Yeah, but I just like I sneeze, and they say it's like 2% of an orgasm or something.
So
to
when you
sneeze.
add all that up, I think you're at about 16%.
Yeah, I need a cigarette right now.
It's incredible.
Yeah, but after a while, you're just like, oh, can we be done? You know what I mean?
In the
Sneezing
car,
5 times
Yeah.
is super annoying.
How we don't have more accidents where they're like, what happened out there? Oh, I sneezed and guardrailed it. Like
Because
you
I
lose
feel like
control.
that's a legitimate reason.
Yeah, and why
right?
people don't
Like, I'm
use that
so
more
sorry.
often.
I'm sure it's happened. This is really good news. I
Okay.
just saw this. After 2 years of back and forth, plans for a Washington County In-N-Out Burger location have been approved by city officials.
And that's
So
been
does
a
that mean
battle.
It's definitely happening
It says it's approved.
Yeah, it's approved.
in the Beeve.
The California-based chain will be located on Southwest Beaverton Hillsdale Highway, according to the Oregonian.
Nice.
Bring the
In-N-Out
beef
Burger.
to the beef.
In-N-Out Burger coming to Beaverton.
That's right. It's a
So
little,
far from my house.
and so much traffic on a given day. But say you're out that way for something.
Yeah.
Good way to dip the donut.
And you feel like waiting in a drive-through for an hour and a half? Hit it.
And
So
we're
now
getting
that's that would be like, is this the 4th In-N-Out Burger in the state or the 5th?
Well,
there's going to be another one built in Ridgefield, right? Or
But
I guess
yeah,
that's Washington.
That's in
but-
Washington, but you've got Medford, Grants Pass, Salem, now Beaverton. That'd be 4. They need to get one out east, like out Bend way.
I don't know why there aren't more In-N-Out Burgers and why Burgerville isn't in places like Eugene.
It's weird because once they started it, because when In-N-Out first came to Colorado, it's like it was the first one, and then there was like 20. Like they built them so fast. So I don't know. Maybe they'll start popping up here, there, and
Maybe.
everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah, and Eugene's got Dickie Joe's.
Yeah, and they got Burrito Boy. They got also a bunch of good spots.
Yeah,
Burrito
those things
Boy.
could
Burrito Boy's
totally
good.
come up here.
Yeah. I would go to those places all the time if they were here. But there you go. In-N-Out Burger coming to Beaverton. Don't know when, but it's been approved.
It's on the way.
So
And
it's
with
happening.
that, there's also a Chick-fil-A coming right down the street from
Oh,
us.
jeez.
Times are changing.
Oh, jeez. You said no drive-through.
No
with that one, though,
drive-through.
which is smart.
Unapprovable. Like they do, we're right across the way in Lake Oswego. They do no new drive-throughs. It's kind of like
Okay.
the thing.
Oh, that's nice.
No food carts.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A drive-thru is a nightmare anyway. So
I know.
Also online at 1059thebrew.com, our Donkey Show podcast. It's the show after the show. Today we're going to hopefully talk to Blade, who is one of our listeners who the reason we call him Blade is because he shows up to our events wearing earrings that have like Rambo knives hanging off of them.
Yeah.
Big ones.
Not like, I mean, like not full size,
But neck
pretty,
turners.
Pretty big.
First time we met him, he just had one. The other day at Trash Bandits, he had like 3 or 4 of these giant
on
blade earrings.
On each ear,
Yeah.
mind you.
Yeah, he's rocking
Yeah.
it. There's got to be a lot of spots to hang those.
Apparently, Blade has done some prison time. And we want to hear that story here in the Donkey Show podcast. And apparently, one of the times he went to prison, he was headed to his parole office just to like get a check-in or whatever.
Check-in, yeah.
But he stole an RC Cola truck to get to the parole
He's like, I'm
office.
running late. I need a car.
Yeah,
And
he
it's
had a series of events happen.
Like the story this morning, the guy who stole a car to get to his court case.
We got
About
a real
stealing
life
a
one of
car.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the Blade's got it together. He's on the other side of it. You can really hear the ins and outs of what he decided to do.
Yeah, he's turned his life around. So we'll hear his story in our Donkey Show podcast. Coming up next, you can hear it online at around 11 o'clock at 1059thebrew.com. Court's in next with your shot at $1,000 in cash coming up right after Green Day.
You've been watching the